Yes, what you heard is right. Get UPSC content for free. Get editorial analysis, daily current affairs, and essay writing for free. So, get all this content daily from our Telegram group. Join to the channel by clicking on this link given in the description box. And for more information, contact 9000222478. Thank you.
Hello aspirants, welcome to Karthikeya IAS Academy editorial analysis video. In this video, we are going to discuss about the reforming the fertilizer sector. This is the article that is featured in the Hindu newspaper. This article specifically talks about the efforts that are made by the government in reforming the fertilizer sector, especially for the farm benefits and farmers benefits for suppose. So now let's discuss about this article. It is in the Hindu newspaper, OPD page 7. The page is 7 and it is in the OPED page. Now let's discuss deep about it. Try to answer this question. Examine the distorting impact of agriculture subsidies and what reforms are needed to streamline the subsidy regime in India. Discuss. Oops, I am sorry. This is not agriculture subsidy. This is fertilizer subsidy. Fertilizer subsidies and what reforms are needed. So let me make it clear. This is fertilizer subsidy. So now let's discuss this question. Examine the distorting impact of fertilizer subsidies and what reforms are needed to streamline the subsidy regime in India. Discuss. Now let's get deep into the topic. So here your introduction will be like, since 1991 several attempts have been made to reform the fertilizer sector to keep a check on the rising fertilizer subsidy bill and promote the efficient use of fertilizers like urea. And in the year so this will be your introduction, and then you will go to the history of increase in subsidy as your body of your answer. In the year 1991, the price of fertilizers were steeply raised by 30% on average, and the economic survey of 1991-1992 noted that fertilizer prices remaining almost unchanged from July 1981 to July 1991. So it was like that, and even with this 30% increase, fertilizer subsidy remained substantial and needed to be reduced further. That was the issue in the year 1991. And due to opposition to increase fertilizer prices, the increase in the price of urea was rolled back to 70% a year later over the pre-reform price back then. Now this creates a various challenges, that is wrong composition of the fertilizers that are used. That means that high urea subsidy has resulted in a big shift in the composition of fertilizers used in the country in the favor of urea. And also the various challenges is incentivizing the incorrect proportion, uncontrolled increase in the urea subsidies, current cost of fertilizer subsidies, and regional disparities and interstate disparities, serious fiscal challenges. These all challenges were created because in the history. Now let's understand the impact of international prices on fertilizers. The import dependence for potassium and phosphates. Now the import dependence on potassium and phosphate, let's discuss that. When we talk about urea, we import the total demand for urea is 34 to 35 million ton, and domestic product of India is 25 million ton. So here it is around 9 to 10 million ton that India imports to meet the need. And whereas while coming to the diammonium phosphate, the demand of the production is 25 million ton, it is 12 million ton, and domestic product is 5 million ton. That means 7 million ton is depending on imports. So the use of muriate of potash is about 3 million tons also, and potash, this and 3 million ton is the demand, and entirely it is imported. So there is no domestic production for potash. So this is the impact, and there will be a lot of impact of international prices as these are importing. See, the international prices of the fertilizers are always volatile, and due to which almost directly they are proportional to energy prices. Besides cartels of major global producers having strong influence, the international fertilizer prices were influenced by the energy prices. The taxpayers bear 78% cost of urea, and farmers pay only 22% of cost. This is expected to increase and is not sustainable. So what are the possible reforms that a government can take? The possible reforms that a government can take is to demand to provide subsidies to organic fertilizer or biofertilizers that is concerned with the adverse environment impacts of certain chemical fertilizers and some sections of society suggests use of organic fertilizers and also biofertilizers instead. And the next possible reform that could be nutrient-based subsidy. The government introduced nutrient-based subsidy in the year 2010, and to address the growing imbalance in fertilizers. This used in many states and which is skewed towards urea. However, non-nitrogenous fertilizers for P and K moved to NBS, that is nutrient based subsidy, where urea was left out. Now let's discuss the way forward. The self-reliance and import substitution. In this way we can escape the vagaries of high volatility in the international prices. And second one, to extend the subsidy model, nutrient based subsidy model to urea and allow for price rationalization. And also to develop the alternative source of nutrition for plants. So here discuss the farmers and consumers reveal a strong desire to shift towards the use of non-chemical fertilizers, as well as a demand for bringing parity in prices, and also with organic and biofertilizers. Finally, it is also improves the fertilizer efficiency. So now let's conclude. Your conclusion should be like this: these changes will go long way in enhancing the productivity of agriculture and mitigating the climate change, providing an alternative to chemical fertilizers and balancing the fiscal impact of fertilizer fertilizer subsidy on the union budget in the years to come. In this way, you can conclude your answer. For the question, examine the distorting impact of fertilizer subsidies and what reforms are needed to streamline the subsidy regime in India. Discuss. So this is all about the topic. I hope you do like this video. If you do like this video, please share it to your friends and also follow Karthikeya IAS Academy. Thank you.